folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1862 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collinwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the Bladen races.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again this evening. We're going to talk about VAR and what needs to be done about it, and absolutely shocking decisions from Newcastle United point of view. Tonight, I've got Tony, and I've got my special guest as well for the very first time. It's Mr. Roy Keviani.
Good evening, John. Good evening, Roy. Hope you're all well.
I'm good. Roy, can you hear us, mate? Roy? Can't hear you.
He's going to have to log out and come back, John. He says on the message.
Roy, if you log out and come back in again. Roy? Can't hear you. He's going to come back in again, man. Yeah, we crack on there. He'll be back as well soon. So big up everyone in the chat as well. It's always great to join you guys as well. If you like the video, like what you see, then please hit the like button. Also hit subscribe if you are new. And if you like to super chat, then you know exactly what to do. Just click on the dollar sign. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p as well. So Roy, you there, mate?
Oh, can you hear me?
Smarted? I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's working now. Okay. Cheers,
Beautiful.
lads.
Good. And welcome, Roy, and welcome to the first time we channel, mate.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Big up, man. Big up. And I've got a couple of comments before you go hit the show. And I've got Jeff as well. I've got Jack as well. Sorry, Jack. Thank you, Jack. And his lovely mum as well. And it's great to see you both at the match on Saturday. And great to see you on the board as well. I've got Tony the Red as well. Big up to you, Tony, one of the mods. I like the AR, but the people using it don't have a clue. And he's absolutely right. And I've got big up to George as well. Evening to you, George, mate. Hope you're okay. Right, they're going to start with the guests this evening. I mean, Tony Scotland is here. We're going to start with Roy. And look, this VAR is an absolute mess, yeah, and it needs to be done something about it, yeah. At the minute, it's costing Newcastle 9 points of the mess up VAR has done. Saturday, the goal for Joe Rogers was perfectly legal, only for Lee Mason to tell the ref, saying Salisbury, to cancel it. What's your take on it, Roy? And I know you're not very happy, mate.
I don't want to blame VAR because basically VAR is just cameras. It's the people behind it. So it's Lee Mason. I think the referee gave the goal to start with. So his decision was a goal. So Lee Mason calls him and have a look at this. So basically Lee Mason doesn't think it's a goal. So the ref goes and has a look. He had a look from one angle. I remember we saw it on TV and it was just one angle. Didn't look at the other angle. It basically didn't investigate it. It didn't want to know. And I think Joe Linton went to him as well. So it's a double whammy here. It's Lee Mason to start with, and then the referee is the one who made the decision not to give the goal. And there's 50,000 people in the stadium. Everyone's seen it. It's a goal, except him. So we got robbed here. I'm not happy. Lee Mason, how many years of experience has he got as a ref? And it's a clear push. But what do you want Willock to do? Like, pull back. So it's ridiculous. He got pushed into the keeper and hit the defender's shoulder and went in. It's a perfect goal. Unbelievable. And then there was other mess in other games. It was just a disaster the whole week. We got robbed. Villa got robbed. West Ham got robbed as well. And it's funny. It's all the time. It's the top six getting it every time. Which I don't want to go, even during the takeover, and I know all this cartel stuff. And I didn't want to get it in my head. I thought, But now it's clear. It doesn't happen to these teams. It just happens to us all the time. And especially Newcastle, they don't want us to win anything. They want to keep us. No idea. No
It's a
idea. We've got
farce.
nothing. 7 minutes, or what was it? 7.5 minutes against Liverpool as well. That wasn't VAR, but with wasting time, Alex checked it out. It was the 9th highest tempo played game in the whole season. That game, so there wasn't time wasting much. And you had Jordan Henderson running around for like half an hour. I think it was 1 minute and 10 seconds, looking for someone to take the armband off him. But it's Newcastle's wasting time here. Wilson's over kick, the high kick when he had it against Brighton as well. It's just a farce, man. And this is supposed to be best league in the world. This is best league in the world means you have to have the best refs in the world, best players, best refs, best managers, best stadiums. Everything's there except who's running the show and referees. Disaster. Well, there was some bullshit in the Spanish one yesterday, but it's nothing compared to what's happened this week.
Shocking, isn't it, man? Absolutely shocking. And got Tom as well. VAR, 1 back to refs and VAR officials. 2, show all angles automatically. 3, give each teams 2 reviews per match, 1 each half. 4, offsides, daylight rule. The whole player has to be offside. That's in Tom. That's a fair shot, Tom, by the way. We got on to your point in a minute, Tony. Ian to you, Ian, and the King of Qatar. Offside should be done by 3 players for you. Yes, indeed. He's the King of Qatar. Big up, big up, big up.
Far from a king, but they.
Exactly, man. Oh, Tony, man, and absolutely, man. Should be done by feet placement poorly. I have to agree there. VAR works when you have competent people using the system. All of these referees were involved in a car issues all need to go back to training. Keith Hackett said this on Radio 5 this morning. Keith Hackett talks a lot of sense, by the way, to be fair. One ref's years in and one ref's on his 6th Premier League. That's from George. And Paul's got a long one. Even without that VAR decision, you have to make enough chances to win that game in the end. It was a poor finish at Aston. And the refs for the Premier League, the top 6 are not against us. It's just bad refs. For example, Man City game. If they were against us, Chip as red card would have stayed and really score as well. In intercepting, by the way, and your wifey, we should go now to court over victimization. Human is not the word. Wow. And this one as well, Tan says, talk shite and Sky Sports have given the Chelsea West Ham poor VAR decision more times and thought as today. So I expect VAR to work in West Ham's favour this weekend to even that out. Tony, that's a strong word from Tanji, by the way. But honestly, what's your take on this VAR system? I mean, I have to kind of agree with Roy. It's not VAR. VAR is okay. But the thing is, I think it's about the people running it, by the way. That needs to be ironed out.
Right. Where do you want me to start? Well, that's the question. And that's the big question. So I'll tell you where I'm going to start. VAR is not the problem. It's the people behind running it. Italy has it. Well, everywhere in the world has it. Okay, so you got Italy, Spain, France. How many times do you ever hear in the news that they're having decisions, that they're having to review decisions week in, week out because they're getting it wrong? I don't think I hear any of that on the news anywhere.
I don't.
So, and you don't even see it on the internet. Now, the Premier League is supposed to be the richest and best league in the world. Yet when it comes to VAR, it's a total shambles. And it makes us a laughing stock for the rest of the world. And it needs to be sorted and sorted now. I can't wait for December to come, for Howard Webb to come in. I know that's Man United's 12th man, or it used to be. But when Howard Webb comes in, I hope he kicks a lot of horses, to be honest with you. Because they're saying, sorry, I've got 3 words for that. Too fucking late. That's what it is. Excuse my language, but that's exactly what it is. Because at the end of the day, VAR have made a shambles of decisions. Not just our game, West Ham's game. I mean, you know, Mendy made a meal of that. You know, I said on the show last night, I used to be a goalkeeper. I've took many knocks coming out for balls, but I've never certainly rolled around the floor in agony. I've got back up and got on my feet. And the thing is, you can't stop a trailing leg hitting you. It's hard because they're trying to jump over you. So if they just mistime that jump, they're going to catch you with that foot. So it's part and parcel of the game, I'm afraid. So Mendy made a meal of it and got away with it. The only referee this weekend who's come out with some credit, and that is our own Michael Oliver, our Geordie Michael Oliver, because there was a decision that he gave a penalty to Brentford, and he was told to go to VAR and review it, and he went there and he said, no, I'm sticking by my decision. It's a penalty. And you know what? Fair play to the guy, because that is exactly what referees should be doing. Now, I'm going to share something on screen.
Yes, sure. You do that. I'll read out Macy's comment as well. Big up to Macy, by the way. I love you lots, by the way. My favourite podcaster. And she's my penguin as well. Kiss her forehead, by the way. She's lovely. Question, would you think ex-players would work for VAR? For me, personally, I say yes, because they know exactly what they're talking. They've got football experience. They've got footballing background. They know exactly what they're doing, right? But you got people who have never heard of before, right? Haven't got a flipping clue. Do you know what I mean? It could be Joe Bloggs for I care. It could be Bugs Bunny for I care. It could be Tom and Jay for I care. You know what I mean? They haven't got a clue about flipping football battle. Let's be real, yeah. And Mace there as well. Also, another question. Don't apologise, Macy. You can ask us 50 questions if you want, Peter. Do you think it's a good idea to mix refs up instead of all English refs? Have Italian, German, Portuguese, etc. ref in our league? That's a flipping good point. That is a bloody good point. Yes, I think they should. For me personally, football's a world game. So I think you should have all footballers all over the world, Italian referees, German referees, Spanish referees, refereeing our game. It's a national sport, international sport. Yeah, I mean, let's have the best referees in their own country referee in our game, Roy.
Yeah, I'm with that. You can do swapping, and then they can have English referees, and it happens most of Europe as well. It happens here in the Middle East. But big games here, you'll never get a local referee. So they'll bring a referee from Brazil or from Italy or France, and you don't want pressure on the guy and the local guy here. And if the referee can't handle the game, he shouldn't referee it. Michael Oliver can't referee Newcastle games because he's a Geordie. Exactly. But I've seen the Liverpool games and Man United games, and then you get a guy who's like, he lives like half a mile away from the stadium. And who's the twat from last season?
Mike Dean.
Mike Dean. His two kids got season tickets. That's what I heard. So his kids are in the stadium watching with Liverpool season tickets. And disaster that game as well. Was it Hayden who was down? Played the lad on side and grabbing his head. Well, he wasn't really injured, but there you go. It's a disgrace, really. So maybe this. I've got an idea. But I don't think they'll ever use it. Have a demotion and promotion system. So at the end of the season, so every referee after each game gets points. So you get, let's say, 1 point for a good call, -1 for a bad call. End of the season, you add them up, and there's a promotion and demotion. So the worst 4 or 5 referees get dropped to the championship, and they don't go back to the Premier League unless they win the championship points as well. So you get the same numpties who were refereeing yesterday. These guys, they'll end up getting demoted. And people like Lee Mason, if he's done a big mistake like this, he shouldn't be back on VAR again. Completely out. But wasn't it him in the Man United game against Liverpool as well, who got Rashford that offside goal? Oh, that's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Not sure. I don't know who refereed yesterday, but apparently
it was the one a few weeks ago with Man U against Liverpool when Rashford scored that ball and was offside.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember who's the referee that day. We'll probably find out in a bit.
Yeah, but they've said Mason's had a few shockers as well on VAR.
He's not refereeing on Saturday, by the way, so he has been taken out for the weekend's game. Good. The guy is an absolute buffoon. Let's be real. And the standard refs, we're going to get a diagram there in a bit. The standard refs in the Prem and Rebel and Par. Another thing you have to look at is this: who are training these refs and giving them their qualifications? Beats me. Should be sacked. We have lost points over bad refereeing, mate. You're right, mate. We absolutely lost 9 points. When they were going over on Sky Sports, they were saying it should have been a penalty as Willock was fouled before and the ball went in the net. Absolutely. It happened in Nketiah last season. Exactly the same thing happened to him. One expert and one ref doing VAR. That's a fair shout. Players won't work either. They also like Newcastle off as pundits. So, what do you think they'll do in a VAR room? Probably take no notice of this, by the way. Why can't the refs be mic'd up like cricket and rugby league? John, that's a flipping fair shout, by the way. That's a brilliant point. We have also lost points to bad finishing. Willock, Joelin, Miggy, and Isak all should have scored against Palace. Paul, I agree with you, man. I totally agree. Absolutely. Beth, we talked about VAR, though, but that's a good point. Best refs from other leagues, someone needs to teach them in capable refs. I have to agree with you, Macy. You're absolutely right. And I see what your guest is saying, John, but even though he's from Salford, he's also a Wigan fan. No connection to Man United. That's a flipping fair shout. Very, very good point, Macy. Let's have a look at these. Tony's brought this up as well. If you look at them, I got my bit as well. You got, I tell you what, look at the bottom right sort of thing. Sean Longstaff, Tony.
Yeah.
That, right? Seriously, man. How can you miss that?
100% penalty.
Yeah, I mean, if that wasn't a World Cup, John, that would have been given as a penalty straight away. Without hassle, without anything, that would have been a penalty regardless. The referee would have been picked up on it. You'd been sent the monitor, and he would have said, "Yep, that's a penalty straight away." The Premier League, you know, like I said before, supposed to be the best league in the world and the richest league in the world. Right, start getting decisions right. So let's look at this first one: Callum Wilson and Lewis Dunk. Yeah, so obviously Wilson's foot to get the ball, but he's nowhere near Dunk's face at all. There's a clear gap, clear daylight in between them. The unfortunate thing that VAR couldn't look at that one was because Graham Scott, the referee, decided to blow his whistle as Wilson put his foot up. Had he kept his whistle, had he not whistled and let that move carry on and score, that would have been a goal by VAR because it would have said there was nothing wrong with that. So that was a totally legitimate goal. Then we go down to this one. This is John Stones on Fabian Schär just before half-time in the Man City game when we were 2-1 up. Now, to me, that is a clear penalty. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased because of Newcastle. But if you look at the way John Stones has gone into him, not only has he gone in with a knee towards the back end of him, but he's also gone in above just where his neckline is with his arm as well. That's a reckless tackle. That should have been a penalty, regardless, because he had no control over what he was doing, John Stones. So that is a clear penalty in my eyes. So again, that's another one we were robbed on.
Correct.
Then we've got the Longstaff one, which we've all said is a clear penalty because you can see the tug on the shirt there. Then we've got Isak up there, who scored a second goal, a wonderful second goal at Liverpool, rule out for offside. Now, the pathetic excuse from VAR was, we didn't know what shadow was what. It's got nothing to do with the shadows. Look at the player. Draw your lanes. Because, for a start, he was onside, and I don't care what VAR say. And when you look at the pictures, he was onside. Then we had the controversy where Carvalho scored in the 98th minute. Where the referee got that extra time from is we do not know, and we'll never know. Again, that is a goal that shouldn't have stood because there was nowhere near 98 minutes played. So in those pictures there, we were probably robbed 3 points there, maybe. We were robbed 3 points at Brighton because we would have gone on to win that game if Wilson scored. We probably robbed 3 points at Wolves and then 3 points at Liverpool because if we were 2-0 up against Liverpool, I don't think they would have come back. Exactly. They would have. Their heads probably would have dropped. So if you look at them pictures, there's 9 points dropped. There's 9 points there straight away that we should have had. You know, so instead we only got 3 points out of that. So there's minus 6 points straight away. And then we'll go to Saturday.
Yeah.
So there's Willock into Gaeta after he was pushed by this guy, Tyrick Mitchell. Now, when you watch it properly, you see that Joe Willock goes up for the header. But the only way he's lost control is because he was pushed in the back and he ended up going towards the side. Now, that's through no fault of Joe Willock's that he's gone into Gaeta because this guy has pushed him. Now, if if they did want to give the goal, then the referee should have said, right, okay, we'll give you a penalty and a yellow card, because the only way he would get away with a red card is because this guy here is covering the goal line along with Guaita. So because you got a covering defender here, he would only, in a sense, receive a yellow card for that. I'd be surprised if he got a red card. But because the referee didn't look at this, and the only angle he had was from the back, and he was more looking at Willock going into Guaita, but didn't look at the reason why Willock went into Guaita. But when you do look at it, and I mean, I was sitting in the corner between the East Stand and the Leazers, and I saw the clear push from him on Willock. When they're reviewing these decisions, all these VAR decisions there should be numerous reviews. If you look at cricket, when they take a catch low down on the field, the guys, the third umpire's having a look at it, and he has a zoom in view, or he goes to different views to see if the ball's touched the field before it's gone in the hand of the catcher. So if they can do that, why can't we? And to be honest with you, I couldn't care if it took 5 minutes to come to the correct decision. If it come to the correct decision after 5 minutes, that right, okay, the goal's ruled out, but it's a penalty and a yellow card for Mitchell, I'm happy with that, because at the end of the day, they've come to the right decision. But on this occasion, the total wrong decision was made, and it was made by this man, Lee Mason, on VAR. Now we know back in February he lost his place on VAR because he got Bednarak sent off for Southampton when it was never a sending off. So he got dropped back in February for that. And then this poor guy, Michael Salisbury, refereeing his 7th game, sent to the monitor to check that. Probably didn't know what he was looking for because he wasn't being guided by VAR. And he's probably thought, oh, I've made a howler here, but I corrected by saying no goal. So, VAR have not advised him on anything. And you have an assistant VAR there as well. So what are the two of them doing in Stockley Park? It's just, honestly, John, it's just absolutely gobsmacking. And I mean, that was 2 points we lost because of that decision. And then you get Vieira coming out and saying, oh, it's a foul. Well, no, it isn't, Vieira. Give your head a wobble, mate, and wake yourself up and have a proper look at it. And then come out and say, actually, no, what you should have been saying was, we got away with that one. So I thought I'd share them anyway.
Wow. You know what it is, right? These football managers, he's just, I can understand all the players back at the team, cool, but they just don't want to speak the truth, don't they, until they actually see it. But I've got big up to Patrick Vieira, by the way. I like him. I think what he's done for football, he's been amazing. But that comment right there, I'm sorry, he's lost my respect there. You can't come on and say that, Patrick. You can't. You know what I mean? Well, come be sure you can explain it yourself. I don't think you will, by the way.
No, you won't, John, no.
You won't, no.
No one. Bottle lads, absolutely bottle jobs. Anyway, big up to you, Tom. How many times have you played against United or City and ref by Anthony Taylor, the Rivershaw in Manchester? How many times have you played? No, loads of times. But we never know who he's going to support, by the way. But the real issue is that's their favorability towards some clubs, and certainly clubs like Newcastle are denied correct decisions. Exactly. Toon, could you imagine a ref like Kalina, my referee in the Premier League? There would be zero disrespect. Great work still, John. Thank you, Bold. Keep watching this, my guy. Keep watching.
That's what I said last night, John, on the show. On a show last night, I said, look, the best referee in the world was Pierluigi Collina. Not only was he quite a hard ref, but he also had a sense of humour as well. So you saw both sides of him. And if he was refereeing in the Premier League, there wouldn't be half of this carry on going on.
Definitely not. And if Lee Mason told him go to the screen, he would have told him exactly where to go. He'd have told him to F off, by the way. Let's be real. You know what I mean? But we miss characters like him. These referees, apart from Michael Oliver, some of them are just puppets. You know what I mean? They haven't got a flipping clue. None of them. It's like if you were playing Man U or Man City and the ref was from Heaton or Benwell. Exactly. Just like saying David Coote shouldn't have managed Nottingham Forest. Gibbs causes from Nottingham. Exactly, matey. Exactly, mate. I agree with Roy with the promotion system. Agree. the FA are protecting the top 6. Tony, it is, isn't it? They're protecting the top 6 yet again.
It's the cartel, John. That's what it is. It's the cartel. Yeah. And the problem is, and I've mentioned this quite a few times, the problem with the cartel is they're frightened of us because they know we're coming. And we're like a juggernaut. But the thing is, at the moment, we're going on a slow course, but we're going to start picking up pace. And when this juggernaut picks up pace, it's not going to stop. And we're going to run right through them top 6 cartel. And that's what they're frightened of. And they're trying to keep us down that table because they do not want us breaking in that top 6 this season. But I hope we do break in that top 6 this season. And they're doing the same with West Ham as well. They don't want us being in that top 6, but I hope we do end up in that top 6. And then we can stick 2 fingers up to the cartel.
Totally agree. So, like you said, if we want to try and get a player like Nathan Niles, and they said we're not going to send him on to you because you'd be a threat. I tell you what, if any of the top 6 came of say Sven Botman or Isak in future years, and offers 150 million, right? We're telling them to get stuff. We're not doing business with you. You get stuff. You don't do business with us. We don't do business with you, sort of thing. You know what I mean? But it's simple as that, yeah. Period.
That's why we shouldn't have done business with Man United. No disrespect, Macy, I know in the chat, but we should not have done business with them over Dubravka. We should have told them where to sling their hook after the way they tried us over Lingard and Henderson. We should have said to Man U, you want our keeper? No, you got no chance. But the problem was Dubravka was kicking off about going there, so obviously the club had to let him go.
Exactly. We go through this comments, we get Roy's comments, further comments as well. I hate the referee season. It's just like the fear out of the bloody top 6 back to your dears without in some ways. Big up Lewis, by the way. Also on Paradox's channel, by the way. Great guy. Sounds a great guy. Fiona Zumar Club as well. David Moyes didn't hold back after the game and swore at the refs. You know what? David Moyes says it like it is, right? He is so correct when he come on and said this, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not going to sit there and say it out. Do you know what I mean? You have to have an opinion. You have to have your say. If he gets charged from the FA for this, right, he wouldn't give a toss. Right.
Oh, me, yeah. I know exactly. That's what I was really.
Good point, Roy.
Well, Eddie Howe's like you see him after the match, and he's like a gentleman, soft. He's angry. You can see very soft. But if that was me on touchline, you'll see 3,000 F words coming out.
Exactly.
Klopp against Liverpool, he's just bouncing like a fucking clown. The whole game. And the referee's like whistles and then looks at him. It's like it's his boss. It's his boss. He bossed the game. But Eddie Howe was like a gentleman standing there. I mean, Rafa used to do it. Rafa wasn't soft.
No.
But I'm okay. You're a great tactician, everything. But sometimes just put your foot down and shout at the ref. Doesn't matter. Show him you're there. Show me there. You're not happy. I'm the coach of Newcastle United now. I'm gonna fuck everybody up here. I'm not taking shit from these referees anymore. But you're just sitting there, and, we got robbed. And no, but I like what Moyes did. I like what Declan Rice did as well. After he's going to get a fine now, but it doesn't matter. He got it out. Let's do it. Get him fined. What, 10,000, 20,000 pounds? Doesn't matter. But just get it out. Just if you stay silent, we're getting bullied now. We're basically getting bullied. That's what it is. We stay silent, and they're going to do it again and again, and they're going to say, "Oh, these poor Geordies, they're not going to do anything. We'll rob them again, and no one's doing anything." But just kick off. You have to kick off. We need someone like Joey Barton. We need someone like Joey Barton on the pitch as well. Something like that. Just get on the ref. Go look at the VAR, man. Joe Linton's trying to do something, but I thought he was probably going to get sent off if he keeps doing it.
That's the problem. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? They keep their eyes on Newcastle every single time. If we kick off sort of thing, they're going to get right back at us because they know they don't want us in, like Tony said, they don't want us in the top 6. They don't want us challenging for now. They don't want us winning trophies, you know what I mean? But like we're going to be a juggernaut, like Tony said. If we do win a trophy, if we get in the top 6, they're going to take us more seriously. They have to.
Yeah. Did you see the video today? He was a West Ham fan, and Ryan shared it, and I watched the whole thing. It's about 11, 12 minutes long, and it was really sensible. And he was talking about all the corruption, the 5 subs. Okay, COVID's gone now. COVID's gone. There's fans back again. The weather's nice. Why do you need 5 subs? So the top 6 can put 5 subs on, and we have to put Murphy on. West Ham doesn't have 16, 17 top quality players. Nobody does except those top 6. So they're still using 5 subs. Nobody else is using 5. Is it being used in Spain? I'm not sure. Spain and Italy, but over here,
Italy use 5 subs as well. So I mean, what they do, they put like 2 on, and then the last 10 minutes, so they put 3 on. So
okay, but we don't need 2 subs. I mean, now basically the next thing is going to be 7 subs. Well, what's going to happen? You only got 11 players. This is not ice hockey or basketball. So you got 11, 3 subs, and maybe emergency sub for the keeper. So that's 4 max. 4 including a keeper, but not 5. So it's ridiculous. So now Man City or Chelsea, if Chelsea didn't have 5 subs, they wouldn't have won that game. They take off 5 good players and they bring on a better 5 or just another 5 with the same level, fresh legs, finish the game off. No one else can do it. And it's basically gifting those 6. Go on, lads, and do your thing, and you'll finish top 6. Whoever finishes top 4, what's the chairman of the Premier League called?
Masters, Richard Masters.
Oh no, there's another guy, Studman or something, or I can't remember his name.
Oh, there was Gary Hoffman.
Hoffman.
But he resigned. He went after the takeover, didn't he?
Yeah, but that lad in the video mentioned another name as well. But that guy said it'll be a disaster or catastrophe if Man United doesn't qualify to the Champions League. Well, so someone who works for the FA shouldn't say this. Do you work for them or do you work for Man U? It's ridiculous. Why not? I think I know a lot of Spanish friends, and 90% of Spain they're either Barca or Real Madrid. But everyone's happy if they see Seville or Malaga or any of those teams qualify and do really well in the Champions League. But here is like it has to be Man U, it has to be them. No, let the other teams get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy I think you're on about is Peter McCormick, the chairman of the Premier League. Yeah,
maybe that's
he took over. He took over in January from Hoffman.
So you get rid of one and you get a worse one. So let's see what happens.
Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
It's just disgusting.
It is, Tony. You're absolutely right, and you as well, mate. Really. Far messed up this few teams about this weekend. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with the Brighton goal that was ruled out, and the Villa goal that was not given. It's just bad refs. Those 2 goals there, perfect goals, perfect. But again, it's a real truth. It's a joke.
Alexis McAllister has actually come out and said he should have had a hat-trick. He says, "Where's my match ball?" He says because he's looked at the highlights and he saw that Mwepu, who plays for Brighton, not even touched that ball. So how can they give it offside? It come off a Leicester player. And he said, "I want me match ball." And you can't blame him, because they should have won 6-2. In the Coutinho one, they said for offside. Again, the referee blew before Coutinho put it in the net. So obviously VAR can't intervene.
It's just
crazy, isn't it? Go on, right.
It's like License to Kill. This James Bond. Just kill this. Kill these teams off. Don't let them score, and then it's disgraceful because those referees have to go home and sit with themselves and think, "I've just fucked this team up here and here and here."
Yeah.
So if you look at the league table now, we would have been upside down. We would have had more points than Liverpool now. Now we're only 3 points off relegation now. The other teams are getting robbed as well. So they've gifted the top 6 probably 2 or 3. Let's say I'll average. Let's say 4 points each of those top 6. They've got 4 points each, and there's 5 or 6 teams who've been robbed 5 or 6 points each. And everyone's look at this. Our top 6 are quality, but they're not. They're not. West Ham should have at least got a point in that game. Villa should have won. We should have won. Against Liverpool, we should have got a point at least. It's just every week. let's see what happens next week. Something else is going to happen. And the worst thing was, you know what hurts more? If the Premier League stayed silent, I wouldn't mind. But they came out and said it was wrong and the goal should have stood. So now I'm like, so we got robbed. Everybody knows we got robbed. Well, thanks for making us feel worse now. Where's our 2 points?
Where's our 9 points?
Or 9
and
points.
The thing is as well, all us fans who go to the match, pay to go to the match, we deserve to see goals in the game. We deserve for proper decisions. Now, when they're screwing people over for decisions like this, teams like this, they're not picking on the clubs as such. They're picking on the fans because it's the fans who are being robbed of their team, if the team winning. So, like on Saturday in Newcastle, like John's got his season ticket. He travels from Bristol. I bought my match ticket, and I travelled from mine to Peterborough and then parked there and then up on the train. So, you know, a £120 return on the train plus my match ticket, that's £155. Then add my parking charge on top of that, which is another £6. That's like £161 I've paid just to come to the match. And I've come to see Newcastle get a win. Now, we were denied that win because of the shambles of VAR. And they're not taking into consideration the fans who are actually paying their money out of their own pockets to go and see this. And to see this crap that they keep rolling out week after week, anything to protect that top six. And the thing is, at the end of the day, they should not be getting any protection whatsoever. And Man United and Liverpool, and I've said this quite a lot, because this was proven by the Juventus chairman, it was Man U and Liverpool who set the ESL up. Their owners of them two clubs set the ESL up, the Glazers and John Henry, and asked everybody else to join on board and said, we're going to have a closed shop so nobody else can come in. Absolute disgraceful. And what happened to the big six for doing that? Oh, we'll give you a £3 million fine. That's probably the day's takings on the gate receipts at the games. So really, it didn't cost them anything. What a shambles. It should have been a point deduction for each and every one of those teams.
Yep.
100%. 100%. 100%. It's ridiculous, man. Got a few comments as well because I'm overloaded, by the way. I know you got plenty more to chat about. Cartel cover-ups, brown envelopes, flying around. The people behind VAR are in the pockets of the so-called Super Six. They all wanted a Super League, now holding everyone to ransom or they go. Do you know what it is, darling mate? Right, let's be real, right? If they want the Super League, let him carry on, but don't have them back. We got always they have the Super Six, Super League. Do you know what I mean? Joke. 100% Tony. Just thinking the positives, we've only lost twice to home in the league since Howell came in. Absolutely. Kalina was world class. It was always going against us. We are Newcastle United. And big up to my guy Paul, by the way. I was on the show last night. Check it out. Loving the bits, by the way. He's funny, by the way. Big up to John and Panel. Rich Palace fan. You have to rob off about 9 points this season. We have, mate. We have. We're dealing about that. We need to put the ball back in there. Exactly, Paul. Respect Eagle. The cartels are shitting themselves, waiting for us to change up in gear. That's from George. 9 points denied. Come on, there's something going on. They don't want us to reach European football or join the extra revenue on sponsors. And let's put it this way, mate. Our day of time will come. They let Dobbs score the Man U, trying to build bridges with them. No other reason. I spoke to you on Saturday. I was wearing the black. Yes, I recognise you now, Lewis. Thank you, man. I recognise you, yeah?
Yeah.
I recognise him now. I couldn't remember what's the first time, but big up, Lewis. Great to meet you, from. Yes. Let's get Nigel Owens out of ref retirement. He'll do a better job than the footy ref. He would be perfect in VAR. Exactly. Roger Milford as well, by the way, from Bristol. He was a decent referee. Didn't take any shite in the one, by the way. Or even Clive Thomas as well, by the way. Refs VAR are screwed us 7 times in 6 games. That's effed up. Actually, let's get Nigel Owens here. We've seen that, haven't we? Thanks for that. You've also helped us in a few games. Also, don't think anyone is against the club, as it's just another conspiracy like the Progretta rumours. Tony, what do you make of that, mate? Pause comment.
Well, yeah, I sort of see where he's coming from. Yeah, okay, VAR's helped us sometimes. I mean, you go back to last season when when Bruno scored the equaliser against Leicester on Easter Day, and Jared Gillett ruled it out for a foul on Kasper Schmeichel until he was sent to the VAR monitor. And when he looked at it properly, he realised there was no foul, and Bruno actually got the ball and pushed it between the legs of Schmeichel. So yeah, it has helped us out there, but it's not the fact of that. The fact is, in the last few weeks, we have seen some clear decisions which have gone clearly against us. I mean, the Brighton one, as I said, we couldn't do nothing about. VAR couldn't do nothing about. The referee blew up before Wilson scored. Had the referee not blew up, like I say, we would have been awarded that goal. I think maybe is this a thing? Should referees not whistle and linesmen not flag, so that let the play carry on, let the goal go in, and let the technology do the job? Because that way, you can then look at the technology and say, actually, no, this is right. This goal stands, or or this goal doesn't stand because it's offside or it was a foul. But at least then you've got a bit more clarity and you can see the slow-mo. And not only that, but like I say, we've been dodged a lot of points this season from VAR. And I mean, they're on about time wasting when Nick Pope or Klopp said Newcastle were awful because of time wasted the whole lot. But Pope was only down for a minute and a half, so that should have been 96 and a half minutes. So where's the other minute and a half come from?
Exactly.
And yet on Saturday, you were there, John. I was there at the match. Like that, 50,000 of us were there. We saw how much Vicente Gaeta, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, how much time wasting was he actually doing, John? Because I counted a hell of a lot of time wasting. And we were screaming, come on, ref, get your card out, give him a card. That's all the ref had to do, give him a yellow card, and he wouldn't have done it anymore. But he let him carry on doing it. And he consistently done it. And he was holding that ball for more than 6 seconds that he's supposed to be.
Exactly.
And then Liverpool on Saturday, I feel sorry for Everton in a way. They were done injustice because Virgil van Dijk should have been sent off. That was a disgraceful tackle.
Well,
how was that not a red card? If Kieran Trippier had done that would have been a red card. I mean, in the Man City game, Trippier got a reprieve because it was clearly not a red card. It was a yellow card challenge, what Trippier had done on De Bruyne. Because he didn't go out his way to hurt him. He just stopped the momentum of De Bruyne getting past him and up the pitch. So that was correct. Yes, it has worked sometimes for us, but it's been more against us this season than it has been for us. So that, and they say these things even ourselves, I don't think they do.
Nah, totally agree, man. 100%. Can't lie, this is the lowest I've been since takeover has happened. Grind, you're not on your own, mate. Everyone hates us because we got the money now, and the body scale of us exactly, Lewis. Big up to Davey, by the way. You okay? The Premier League don't care about domestic fans like John and Tony. They care about fans like you and Roy. Overseas fans are flip-flops, so the Premier League don't want Arsenal, Man United finishing mid-table. That is exactly right, mate. Totally agree. I mean, I hope Brighton upset the Big Six. Well, if they get the Big Six, and big up to them, by the way. Big up to Ken, by the way. Tony, to you, mate. It's about time. But all the referees from Mia to face the cameras after the game to explain the decisions. Everyone else must face the cameras. I have to agree, Roy.
I would love that to happen. That referee, it'll never happen because he's gonna. What's he gonna do? He's gonna say, "I didn't see it," or I went to the screen and I had a look, and there was no push on Willock. There was a push, and everyone's seen it except you and Lee Mason, the idiot. And you fucked up, and you've robbed the team from 2 points. What is he going to say? I've done a mistake. The Premier League now, they've acknowledged that it was a mistake. Someone needs to get punished for this. And maybe Lee Mason would be like, thank you very much, mate. You've had, how many years you've been working with us? Retire, go. But thing is, he's the one, it wasn't his decision. It was the ref as well. Because the ref looked. Lee Mason just told him, there was something's wrong, come and have a look. So the ref went and had a look, and he still couldn't decide as well. And he said no goal. So he's in, I would say 70% his fault, 30% Lee Mason. Both of them, big cock-ups. Thing is, every time I think of it, it hurts more because we've been robbed. And that's like, just like Ryan, I've never been since the takeover, I've been super happy, and now it's just like I'm looking at the bottom again. We're on 6 points, or was it 7 points now? We're only 4 points or 3 points behind above the bottom three again. And you start thinking, we got used to this. We just got used to it. We're near the bottom. We're closer now to the bottom than we should have been. We should have been on 12, 13 points now, at least. But yeah, so that's why everybody's down. But we're still good. We're still good on the pitch. I hope things even itself out at the end, but it doesn't seem to happen. Are we going to get a dodgy penalty against Chelsea or Spurs or City? It's never happened. I can't remember.
Probably not, because they just got gutless, spineless, and because we don't belong to the six. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, Pep will be halfway in the middle of the pitch.
He would
screaming and jumping like this, and
he would.
He looks like me, but he's a twat, and he'll be in the middle. At least, thing is, you know what? The thing is with Pep. Pep used to live in Qatar. He was here for 3 years, and he was a player, and then he was a coach, and he's one of those people. When he's there, he's a twat, and then once the game's finished, he's gonna come out and say, like he did with us, yeah, Newcastle played really well, and they deserve the point. Nice. It's not like Klopp or even Vieira's. Like he's fell out in my estimation. Like I said, you remember him and Roy Keane thing?
Yeah.
And I was always I like Vieira. I didn't like Roy Keane. No, I think that Keane's the good one. Vieira's the twat. Because what's this? You see, how is that not a goal or a penalty? Justifying being robbed here, but someone's got a train somewhere.
That's me. That's from Paul, by the way. He said that I've forgot to change the days for tomorrow's show, but I was texting back to say that no problem, change the days. For Paul, if you're watching, my guy, thanks very much indeed. Love you, bro. And for me, he's the best podcaster. Him and Macy are gratitude, Macy. Just sorry, Paul. Big up to Ryan. And by the way, if you do like the video, like what you see, then please hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you'd like to super chat, then just give what my channel's worth. If you'd like to become a member, it's 99p, and I've got 54 members so far. So thank you very much for all the members. I mean, the competition I've done with Roger on the tickets is a season ticket order, so you can have those tickets. I'm going to do another draw where Macy said tomorrow, giving it away for the Bournemouth game. So you have to become a member. So you want to have a chance in the competition, it's 99p to become a member. Ryan, this six and the other 14 shouldn't exist. It should be all about the 20 teams. I totally agree. 20 teams.
The thing is, sorry.
Go on, Tony.
I just go back to just to say to Roy there, you know, when you were mentioning about like not getting penalties against the top six and things like that. So when you think that one against Man City earlier on, when Stones recklessly, like I showed on the picture, that should have been a penalty in the back of Shaw. And then last season against Man City, they got away with a penalty when Fraser was through on goal and Edison come out and took him out when the ball wasn't even anywhere near him because Cancelo had the ball. You know, so yeah, it is. It's a conspiracy. The top six get everything for them, and it's to hell with the rest of the other 14 teams in the league.
Maybe they should. I don't know if we should go to like robot, because I think in this World Cup coming up, they've got this. They might try this robotic linesman, so there might be a robot instead of a linesman, and his offside is going to be 100% on or off. There's going to be no debate. They might try this machine. So hopefully, if that works, get rid of the linesman. So at least now you'll have 100% offside decisions, and then get rid of the stupid referees and get some robots. At least when you play on the pitch, you're going to get what you deserve. But you're getting idiots now, and it still hurts, man.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Hey, John.
I can't believe the guy behind the screen's deciding that was a.
Yeah. John, the trains in Bristol must be busy tonight, are they?
I know, it's just Paul. It's just Paul. I tell you what, though, as long as you don't pick up Lee Mason, by the way, just leave him be. Just leave him be.
Leave him on the platform.
Exactly. A platform, bottom platform, by the way. There you go.
You can be a train spotter.
Exactly.
You probably wouldn't even get that right either.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
He would have been sacked after day one. But hey ho. The thing is, these top teams bring in revenue, views, and around the world. they want them winning and being up there so people keep watching, leaving no room for other teams and making bad decisions. So you know what? I hope Newcastle go to America next year. If they do, I'll be there as well. And if I have to go overdraft to go and watch them play at a preseason friendly, I'll do my vloggings there and I'll be there as well. So check us out for that. Can we not get decisions checked by an independent team? Then sue file for losses at the end of the season just a thought. Good idea, but I just can't see the heart in me. I really can't. Big 666 is up to the other 14 sticker for each over. Big up to S. Weird. I believe it's your first time on my channel. Please hit the subscribe if you are new. And should have won against Palace. Should have won against Liverpool. Robbed off 6 points from poor decisions, referees, and the rest. And who would put things right would be admitting they got it wrong and giving the points to the teams that got the wrong decisions against them. As the Premier League have the power to do that. It won't happen, mate. It will not happen. At all, Roy. It won't happen, mate.
Nah, it's too late now. Unless the only times that these things happen if you have an eligible player on the pitch. So someone's had a red card the game before and they forgot. It happens sometimes in international football and lower leagues. They forget, or somebody's had 2 yellow cards, and then the next game he's on, they find out afterwards. And it happened to Iran actually, which is my original country. And they fielded the player who had 2 yellows the previous 2 games. Iran won the game, and suddenly after the game said, "No, 3-0, you lost, you're out." So I've seen that happen, but I don't think they'll go and change it because of what happened on the pitch. Even if there was a doping scandal. So because after the game, usually after games, they always pick random a player or 2 for a doping test. So let's say a player scores and he does test positive. They've still won the game. So unless it goes to court and some other stuff, but yeah, that's the only way games are. You get your points back, but it's gone now. If they do it, great. But
yeah,
we're not a top 6 team. If we were, maybe you might think they might do it for us, but they're not going to do it. And thing is, let's say that if they do give us the 3 points, Palace. Maybe because this how many was it after 70 minutes or 65 minutes that incident happened? Palace maybe would have won
2 minutes, I think.
52 minutes.
Yeah, so Palace would have been maybe 1-0 down and then pushed for the equalizer, so it could have finished 1-1. You never know because Pope did few saves. So Palace is going to say, "Well, you're taking a point off me as well." So someone mentioned on Twitter today, "Okay, give Palace the point and give us another 2."
Yeah,
and give. Yeah, and leave Chelsea with 3, and then give West Ham 1. So that doesn't add up, but you never know. Well, thing is, are we going to get justice? We're not going to get justice. Our justice was they said the referee got it wrong, and that's all. That's all it is. But we didn't get any points on the board.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
But what needs to happen going forward with VAR, and this is the only way around this system now. The best way to do it is when you send that referee to monitor, don't just show him the one angle, the angle that he's going to look at it and think, all right, okay, I'll scratch that goal off. Let him look at every angle that's available. If people in the studio on Match of the Day, Sky Sports, wherever it is, beIN Sports or whatever, now they can look at every angle on their replays. So why can't the referee have that on his monitor? And at least then he can look at the various angles. As I say, if it takes 5 minutes to come to the correct decision, I don't care. Add that 5 minutes on at the end of the first half or the second half or whatever. But as long as you come to the right decision, that's the main part about it. And but he needs to have all them angles, because if that referee had had those different angles, he would have made a totally different decision. He might, like I say, he might have scratched the goal off, gave Mitchell a yellow card, and gave a penalty. So who knows? You know, and that's what they've got to do. They've got to make every angle available to the on-field referee. It's no good just giving them one angle, because what's that help? That's not really helping anything. So hopefully they do that going forward. Plus, you know, with this league being so world-renowned and, you know, people around the world love it, like in the States and Canada, Australia, you know, the Middle East. The thing is, but we're not showing ourselves in a very good light with all these decisions that's going wrong at the moment. And it's making us a laughing stock, if anything, and not just a laughing stock in our own country, it's laughing stock around the whole world. And, you know, they must be thinking, richest league in the world, can't even get a refereeing decision right.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. It needs fixing up very, 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 very quickly. Otherwise, it's just going to explode, man. Even to Strathfield, yes, hope you're okay. Like the refs and Theo so everyone can hear what's being discussed. I have to agree. I've always said this. I think Roy, you're going to be in big trouble, my guy, because Paul's got a question for you. What's hell's my memories? The reporter doing relight on another channel. Hey!
Hey, Paul.
Wow. Freelancing, Paul. Freelancing, mate. He's just checking out my chance if I'm any good. That's all it is, man. That is all it is. And since then, just got a bit better, in my opinion. Not being biased, but, you know, at the end of the day, I think I'm doing Irish. And, you know, it's great to see Roy on board as well. Ready to get into the championship? Yep. We should be the top of the table. I agree. Better chance to move up, Roy. Any team who's corrupt should be relegated 10 divisions. I agree. Big up to Kennegan and Lee. Has to be dropped from Grimston next week. Big effing deal. Twat. Cost us 3 points and we won't get it back. And it's also amazing on video against Liverpool, I'm sure. Wouldn't surprise us, man. Big up to Anders, by the way. Do hit the subscribe button, Anders, if you're new, which I believe you are. Cannot even make no way. Farm make so many mistakes. Give Newcastle wins in games we should lose. That's a good point, Anders, by the way. I can't lie to you, mate. I've also want Julius to ask how more is Potter if there's any agenda to favour the Big Six. I know from how the kind of answer you can expect. At least more awareness needs to be brought forward. That's from Ryan. And also, to be fair, we never had any dodgy pens in the past years because we were garbage. That's from Ryan. And Paul. Oh, watching you. I'm watching it. Watching you pinch my star. As long as you don't pinch Grace far away. And that's going
He's on loan.
Not even 150. I'll tell you what, 150 million.
24 hours.
Say again?
24 hours on loan.
Yes. 24 hours on loan. If you're on 150 mil, and that's just for looks, by the way. Even great to be watching Mikey. He is amazing.
Speaking of loan, did that American lad play for Chelsea on Saturday or not? Pulisic. I know
he did, yeah.
I think he did,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He started the game, yeah.
Like,
yes.
We could have done with him on Saturday now as well.
I know.
And Madison and Diaby as well. We would have won that game. By the way, we lost. We needed Bruno ASM in that game. We would have won that game easy, by the way.
I'll tell you what, just forget Bruno and even Wilson. If we had ASM against Liverpool, against Arnold, he would have ripped him apart.
Oh,
every
single time. Single time.
That's why Trent Alexander-Arnold doesn't get in the England squad as a right back, because he's useless at right back.
He's useless. And against Brighton again, Fraser was rubbish, but Longstaff, I'm not a big fan, but he offers nothing going for. I mean, okay, it was a good pass against Liverpool, but I would have done it. Anyone can just hit a ball, but he looks knackered after 10 minutes. And then I wasn't happy with Miggy coming off as well.
I wasn't either.
Murphy, I think Murphy's probably the only player who hasn't improved, who has not improved under Eddie Howe. The only one.
And
Fraser,
you know what I said last night? Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I said last night? I said to Pete, I said, the thing is, though, why bring Murphy in, who doesn't give anything to the cause, to the game or anything? Do you know who I'd rather have put in the right wing? And I know it's probably going to sound daft to a lot of people, but at least he might have done something. Manquillo.
Yeah. He can cross.
Yeah.
He's a good crosser.
Yeah. Or even Manquillo got it right back and then push Trippier up front to the wing. Anything. But Murphy's like, he wouldn't even make it in the Qatari League here. So, your sound is gone, mate.
You're on mute, John.
Thank you. I started going. It goes back Murphy. I do apologise, by the way. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, people are going to say, yeah, he's got energy. He's got energy. Duracell, Badge got more energy than Jacob Murphy, by the way. Let's be real, right? He is not good enough for the Premier League. Not good enough for Newcastle. And the sooner Eddie realises that, the better, because Alfred got it wrong on Saturday. Big time. Big time. King Morocco wants the King of Qatar back.
Huh? Let me ask you a question, John, right? And
go on, mate.
Give me an honest answer, okay? So, when Jacob Murphy came on Saturday,
yeah,
right, for Miggy, who I think you took probably Miggy off because maybe playing 3 games in 6 days, he was probably shattered, and he probably didn't have much more energy left in him. Now, when Murphy come on, did that make you think, oh, we've got Murphy on, we're going to win this game? Or did you think, no, actually, we're not going to win this game, it's going to be 0-0?
I'll go for the latter, mate. 0-0, man, because he hasn't got football in brain at all whatsoever. I think his crosses is poor. I mean, I've picked up his crosses over the years, but listen, at the end of the day, he has got football in brain, right? He loses the ball easily, and he just hasn't got a clue. And it's players like him, it's going to cost us games because he is simply not good enough, yeah? We needed a Maddison. We needed the Derby, yeah? And let's be real, right? I mean, if you're backing this guy, you're backing a loser, yeah? I want to get in the European football. I want to get in the top 4. I want to win trophies. I want to win the title. You're not going to win a title with Jacob Murphy in that team. There's absolutely no way. And it'd be hard to shift because he's on a big contract as well, by the way. He's got 4 years left on his contract, if I remember Cersei's correctly. But one thing I'm going to say, I hope Eddie doesn't pick him again because he must know now that he is not good enough, yeah?
Thing is, John, as well. He's gone. John's gone. What I was going to say about Murphy is that you see that the thing is, a couple of years ago he had that good season where he's scoring goals. He scored that free kick against Wolves, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, our former owner decided, oh, since you've had such a good season, I'll give you a 6-year contract. And that 6-year contract, it was stupid contract. Like I was just saying, John, I don't know if you heard me there, but you know, that couple of seasons ago where Murphy did have a good season when he scored that free kick against Wolves at Molineux in the last minute of injury time. And, you know, he done well that season, and that's why he got that big contract. But he brings nothing to the table whatsoever. And as I say, if you're going to bring anybody on, either one, push Trippier into the right wing or put Manquillo on the right. I mean, look at Manquillo against Man U last season when we got beat down there 4-1 when Ronaldo had his debut. When we got that equaliser, look how quick Manquillo ran down that wing and got that crossing for the equaliser. If he had come on Saturday, he may have done the same thing. Who knows? But if I was Eddie Howe, I would rather say, do you know what? Don't even bother with Murphy. Put Manquillo on.
I agree. All the time, I agree. And hey guys, hope you're doing well. I'm great. Foxy, hope you're well too. He's a South American expert, by the way. People don't know about this guy. I won't be happy to arrest or interviewed after game. Still fuming with that decision. Anyways, good to see the legendary King of Qatar on the shore. Big up, man.
They'll end up calling me Santa in a couple of months.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Santa. Listen, I think Ryan was coming to have his say about the situation with Vieira as well. I'm going to bring Ryan in. Big up to Ryan. How are you, mate? You okay?
All right. Paul's going to be definitely fuming now.
Honestly, I'm all right, but like, it's the lowest I've been since the takeover, man. Like, it feels like we're fighting a losing battle almost. Like, this is a thing, like, it's starting to grow on me. Like, at first, like, it was like, okay, but then, like, after, like, I sent you guys that video from Nicky from West Ham Fan TV, and, like, it just brought me down. Because he's just the guy was just spitting facts, and, like, it's terrible, man. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't want to say, like, I almost don't want to say it, but there's got to be some kind of corruption, something behind the scenes, man. Like, it's awful.
Yeah, you know what it is, right? I mean, look, we need ex-pros, right, as a part of the VAR team as well, who knows exactly what they're doing. Who have we got, right? We got someone in there in charge of VAR haven't got a flipping clue at all whatsoever. And it's killing the game. If you look after the top 6 and the 14 teams doesn't exist, then what's the point?
Yeah. It's like I said in the comments earlier. Why is there a big 6? Why is there the other 14? Why can't it just be all one?
Exactly.
It started in 2016 or whatever. And why the hell is, you know what it is? Because I saw a tweet. It's all about total wins of what teams have. It's not even trophies, because why is Tottenham considered the big 6? It's all because of the financial strength they have, and just from the total wins. Like, it's annoying. Like, I mean, the Premier League, they just care about fans like me overboard. They want people like me and Roy to be watching DAZN and football TV or whatever the hell it's called to fund these fucking things. And the only way to like boycott the Premier League probably is to boycott every single game. Like, every fan does it, but it won't happen. What am I supposed to do? Just be on StreamYards in my basement all the way across the Atlantic and just bitch about this?
Well said, Ryan. Go for the comments before we get Tony back in as well. I mean, big 6 one. I mean, Paul, if you want to become a member, mate, right? The best thing to do is, mate, just go into the Google and do it that way, mate. Yeah, do it that way. It will come, and just keep trying, man, and it'll come, mate. So it's quite easy to do, mate. Big up to Stu, by the way. I hope you're okay. The business one you play in football for like sponsorship, revenue exposure. But when it comes to playing more games with the big squads, you watch them and start complaining about the fixture list. Exactly. Big success their own flipping way. I think the Premier League will soon stop their fits if the team started suing the Premier League for loss of income due to bad management. That's Brendan McCoy there. Big up to you, Brendan. Get some referees from America, from the MLS. Top refs from at VAR have all angles, and it's those referees who decide what angles to show on the field referee. And Christopher, I said on Paul's channel last week that I was pleased to see David Moyes call out the bullshit, regarding the polling decisions making. Hopefully, more gaffer speaks out against this. I totally agree. Tony, what do you think of Ryan's comments? I think he's right.
Yeah, Ryan's absolutely spot on, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's about the whole 20 teams in the Premier League, not just the top 6 or the cartel, as we call them. But the problem is that the cartel, the problem with the cartel is they just think they've got every right to do whatever they want in the league. You know, I mean, so let's take, for instance, Jurgen Klopp last Wednesday when we played Liverpool. The way he was going on that touchline, having to go Eddie Howe, having to go Jason Tindall, in the referee of the fourth official, David Coote, throughout the game. So why didn't Andre Mariner come over and say, there's a yellow card? Now, but you go back to Saturday's game with Brentford versus Leeds, and because Jesse Marsh got upset over a penalty that Leeds didn't get, he got a red card. There's the difference straight away. Jurgen Klopp is the golden child in the Premier League, and can't do anything wrong. And it doesn't matter how much he has a go at people, he gets away with it. Jesse Marsh complains about a penalty, gets a red card, and then he's furious because he gets sent off. Where is the consistency in this Premier League? If Eddie Howe had a rant on Saturday, he would have got sent off or got a yellow card. You know, it's just at the end of the day, it's just absolute bollocks the way they go on. And Jurgen Klopp is the worst manager in the league for it. And the only way you can stop him is by giving him cards. But the problem is, I think the referees are too frightened to go up to Jurgen Klopp and tell him exactly what they think, because they know they're just shit scared of him. That's the whole and be all end all of it, John. At the end of the day, they are scared of. They are scared.
It's bias, favoritism, cluelessness at the same time from these referees.
Absolutely. And you know what it is, right? I hope now someone stands up to Jurgen Klopp and just let them know and just say, right, you know what? You had your fun. Yeah, get your own way. It's not going to happen anymore. Simple as that. You're going off, pal. Simple as that. And they'll soon put a stop to it. They are so scared, not just Klopp, any top 6 clubs as well. You touched on Jesse Marsh right there, right? All he did is said something sent off. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Why? Because he's not a big name manager. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp is. Yeah, something needs to happen very soon. You know, watch. He's going to get charged from the FA, right? But Jurgen Klopp won't. David Moyes might not get charged as well. Where's the consistency, Roy?
It's not even
tell us, please. Where's the go on, Ryan? Where's the consistency? Man?
It's not even about being charged. It's the penalties are awful. A fine. Like, come on, man. Like, and the fines are like peanuts to these managers and players because they get paid so much. It's like 20 grand. What is that like? That's like a quarter of their paycheck each week. Oh, here you go. Easy money. That's the penalty.
Exactly. Totally agree. They would have played that game for 120 minutes until Liverpool get a point at least sort of thing against us. I'm telling you. They're just so scared. I got Fox's comments as well, by the way. What a turn on from Miggy. This time last year, fans couldn't decide between him, Fierce, and Murphy. Now he's clear ahead of, and fans gutted that he got subbed off. Do you know what it is? Miggy has been playing fantastic this season, and I'm bigging this guy up because he's worked hard for the team. Now I'll give Murphy a 0. From the minute he came on to going off, there wasn't a single thing he got right. Totally piss poor. Same for the last game. Scared to tackle or press anyone. Sorry, not good enough. Get rid of him in January. They got the barber, by the way. I hope you're okay, mate. Hope you're great. Longstaff should never wear the tune top ever again. I hope Bruno's back for West. Oh, boy, do we need him, my guys. Boy, we need him.
And Joe, we need him. Yeah, we need him. I mean, Longstaff. I like him. Local lad, but he offers nothing going forward.
No.
Nothing at the... But the thing is, he's not playing... He's not a number 6. I think he used to play better with... towards the end of last season, when it was like a 10, it was much better. But thing is, he hasn't.
We got no 6s basically. We got no Shelby, no Bruno. We're fucked. We're not fucked, but like it's hard.
So I think Bruno. If we got Bruno, Willock, and Joe Linton, that's our best trio at the moment now until Shelby comes back.
Exactly.
But we should have bought a number 10 this transfer window. Anything would have done. Paqueta's gone. I know we've been screaming about him for months. Turns out the club was never even interested. And look at him. He's gone to West Ham, and I don't even want to think about next weekend.
Exactly. Got one. Yeah, go on, Roy. Carry on.
Yeah, so that's the worrying thing. But hopefully Bruno's there. Thing is, our first 11 with Bruno and Maxi. It's a good team. We can give anybody a run for the money. But that's the first full 11. Once you're missing 2 or 3 players, we're straight mid-table. And if we lose one more player out of these, I mean, imagine if we haven't got Isaac now.
Yeah,
that's the bottom half table team. Even with
I won't even say mid-table, Roy. I think without Bruno and ASM, it's like 14th, 15th, to be honest.
Yeah, towards the bottom. Well, that's what I think. What we 12th now.
This is why I think we'll finish 9th, because if any longer, I think any more we overachieve.
Yeah, we did overachieve. I think towards the end of last season because we won few games even when we didn't deserve it. Yeah, but I'm going to try to be positive. We had the most ball possession in every single game we played except against the 2 6 wankers. Top 6
yeah.
So
I love it, man.
And we still scored 4 goals against Liverpool and City. We conceded 5. Doesn't matter, but we scored 4. Which is the way forward.
I mean, the thing is, you see, you look at things like obviously Longstaff had a poor game Saturday. He had a good game against Liverpool, set the goal off for Isak, but Saturday he had a poor game. Now, this was another thing I was saying to Pete last night. Do you think? I know he hasn't played yet for Norwich this season because he's had an injury problem, but should it have been something that we kept Isaac Hayden? And he could have played as a CDM instead of Longstaff. At least with Isaac Hayden, you get that 100% out of Isaac Hayden, and he's reliable. I know he's not the greatest Premier League player, but he's reliable, he's solid, and he knows. You know what I mean? Was it a crazy decision to let him go on loan? I don't know.
For me, Hayden's much better than Longstaff.
We need Hayden right now, especially with the 2 injuries.
And Hayden used to do some runs in the box as well. He scored a few goals. He's got better movement. He's not as athletic, and I used to hate it when he used to push the ball and then go for that slide tackle. He's always guilty of that, but he's still better than Longstaff. I'm not sure with Longstaff since that first season he had, or first 10 games he had, and then he got injured. Never went back to normal. He looks better now, but he's never the same player we thought he was going to be.
No.
He doesn't carry the team. It doesn't look like he's got a fight in him. A lot of bad passes as well in the game. And
that's a problem. Well, that's a problem. But look, I'm not going to slag off Sean Longstaff, but for me, as a footballer, I don't think he's good enough for this team. He's not good enough for this team. I know people say, he's a Geordie lad, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but his performances this season ain't good enough. Not good enough for me. He'd be good as a squad player, but that's about it. I mean, I'll put Joe Willock before him, by the way. Even though I would give Barneswell a chance and start Anderson ahead of a few players. To be honest, they would play their socks off to get the first team. That's from Jim. We're going to discuss that on Wednesday on the fans forum, by the way. And we took on more than that. Murphy needs to stay one with that bench until January can bugger off and go out on loan. And Anderson needs to move up the pecking order. He is 10 times better than Murphy. Correct. Joel Linton cannot be effective. Cannot be as effective as Bruno. Longstaff just doesn't offer what he does with the movement and passing. When does Longstaff ever get the ball and run at people? Literally never. And people say that he done a wonderful football to Isak on last week against Liverpool, right? And everyone bigging this guy up, yeah? Other than that, what has he exactly done? Not a lot. Ryan, so sorry to hear about what happened in Canada yesterday. I don't know what's happened there, mate.
No idea what you're talking.
Sorry about what happened in Canada, Ryan. Sorry about that, mate. Paul, I have some on phone. Paul, thanks so much for becoming a member, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. You'll be in the competition for tomorrow's draw for the match ticket against Bournemouth. John, what good is an apology? It won't get us a win and points back. Barbara, well said, well said. Totally agree there. Will be a tough game against West Ham. They're definitely looking to avenge the Stamford Bridge. That decision was actually worse than ours. You know what it is, Tony? I've got a funny feeling something's going to happen in that game on Saturday. Real talk, yeah. They're going to try every way to get that win.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But, last season we went down the London Stadium and we got a draw. Thanks to Joe Willock at just on the stroke of half time. But, it'll be a tough game. But if we've got Bruno and Maxi back, who knows, Let's hope they're both back in the squad. If Maxi's not available, then my idea would be to drop Fraser and play Anderson, give him a start. Why not? Give him a go. He looked good when he came on Saturday. I would have at half time. Either what you could have done was when you took Miggy off, you could have switched Ryan Fraser to the right and brought on Elliot Anderson, put him on the left. So you had your options there. But Eddie must be looking at that bench thinking, I've got no game changers on that bench who can come off. You look at like Forest against Man City last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. He brings Alvarez off the bench and scores 2 goals. We ain't got somebody on the bench who can come off and score 2 goals. That's the difference between the benches, and hopefully by next season, hopefully, we can start getting a stronger bench because that's exactly what we need. But that will be a tough game on Sunday. And I suspect all games this weekend now coming up, they'll all be well scrutinised and every referee will be on their toes, even the VAR refs as well, because they know they're on watch now and they're going to have to be really careful at what they're doing. And our referee on Sunday is Craig Pawson.
Oh dear.
See, this is the problem. We're already looking at refs' names and be like, oh shit. It shouldn't be the case.
Exactly. Big up to Alex, by the way. He talked about Hayden there. He said, no way Hayden can cope with the way we play and press. Never disagreed with you guys, but respect to opinion, of course. Absolutely, man. It's all about opinions, and that's why we love Alex. I met him on Saturday, and Alex is a top guy. He really, really is. And we saw him, Tony, as well, live. Brilliant guy.
Yeah, he is a lovely guy, Alex, yeah.
He is. He's only 29.
Nice to meet you at the weekend, mate.
Yeah, big up to you, Alex. Well, great to meet you as well. He's such a cool guy, by the way. He really is. I agree here. It's better than Longstaff. How many passes does Longstaff F up? And big up to Roy. Hi, fellas. It was good to meet John and Tony at the weekend. Big up to you, Roy. It's great to meet you as well. I don't think you need to be too downhearted on the depth of the squad, as other teams will have their own injury problems. Roy, I see your point, man. But some of the players on the subs bench are not good enough, mate. Not good enough at all whatsoever. And Murphy's being one of them. When we have a fully fit squad, and Alonso will not be playing if everyone's fit, I agree. Show his interest. What's totally effed up for death. Oh, Canny, Paul, you're Canny, my guy. Big up to Michelle, by the way. I hope you're okay. Is anyone else going to mark our first anniversary on the glorious 7th of October? I myself am going to sit in Elisa's Park with a bottle of Boone, cry happy tears up the mags. Michelle, you know what? I'll be up for the Brentford game, and we're going to do a special show on that Friday. So as a first anniversary, Michelle, big up. Remind us closer to the time. And I'll get you on Michelle now. It's all you invited as well. Agree, I have been here and had a Longstaff, guest stuck in more, and scores are crucial goals this season. Longstaff is a fringe player for me. We go through the comments before you wrap up, so I know you guys are busy. That's why it's going to take a few transfer windows to get the team we want. Fox is saying he hasn't had injury issues, so Hal probably had his reasons to move him out of the club before others. How has he been doing out on loan? I haven't watched him. I know Norwich City are top of the league. Has he been injured, by the way, Tony?
Well, I work with a couple of lads who support Norwich, and apparently he had fluid on the knee at the start of the season, so couldn't play. But they said he's been sitting on the bench in his tracksuit and that. Not obviously named as a substitute, but just sitting there. So they said he's pretty close to coming back, and they can't wait to see him play. And I said, yeah, he'll give you 100%, that's for sure. But he hasn't played so far this season yet, no. But he's very close to coming back, apparently.
Absolutely. So he gets back to full fitness very soon. Yeah, I'm going to say, I've got Jim's message. I believe there's a mass stabbing and the people are still at large in Canada. I hope. So for the last ones as well.
It's in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
It's far from me.
Not good. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Sorry. I would love to know Eddie Howe's honest opinion on the squad. He hinted from Steve Bruce. He must have thought, what's the F has been going on here? He must have thinking the same. Big up to Chelsea fan the Poon as well.
John, can I say something for a sec? I want to call out Nipham and your fan base. Your fan base are a disgrace for calling out West Ham fans for they're saying cry more when they should have been that goal should have been allowed. Instead, you just I don't even know how to get a pass, but like they're having to go at West Ham fans cry more when all the Premier League fan base together should be coming together and say, no, that should have been a goal allowed. But they get their own way at times. It's fucking disgrace, man.
You've got it. Exactly, man. Again, sort of thing. That goal should have stood, by the way, in my opinion. I watched it time and time again. Alexis McAllister's shot is not wrong with that goal. That should have stood. Again, it's just absolutely disgraceful. It really is. It needs to sort it out. It's like a VAR crash, not a car crash. A VAR crash. Simple as that. And I've got Alex again. Last log game for Hayden was Newcastle against Manchester City on 9th of December. Last year, don't know how people can want Hayden when he's literally not been available for nearly a year. And he's been injured as well. I've changed my stance afterwards. Ryan, he's changed his stance apparently.
Well, I don't know what your stance was before, if you thought it was a goal or not, but I find it's pretty retarded and stupid when your own fan base are going against West Ham for bitching about the decision when it should have been through. And then you got fans on Twitter saying, cry more. I know it's a rivalry, but if we want a fair game and a smooth game with referees not fucking up all the time, everyone's got to come together, man. And then you got Tuchel coming out saying it wasn't a foul either. And nah.
Not good. Not good. I asked you, Bafford, how many shocking simple decisions are being messed up. Feels like I'm dreaming. I cannot wake up from it. That's from Paul again, a new member as well. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I know that you guys are busy. I've got Alex as well. The Big Six fan base has been unbearable online in the last few days. Yeah. Tony. Some said that. Yeah. What do you think, Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I can't stand them. Or well, Spurs. I've not been in touch with any of the Spurs fans, but the rest, the other 5, oh my god. Liverpool fans after the game, Chelsea fans yesterday, and they after the game as well. It was a disgrace, man.
I'm
They've
not
got
calling
this.
Yeah.
What's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. Eligibility to win, or they've got the right to win, or I don't know what the word is. When you're born a winner or something, and then that's it. They have to win. It's like he's got
the whole cry more and salt. Sorry, Roy. The whole cry more and like you're salty as hell. Like it's just brain dead. Sentence structure from fans. Like, come on, man. It's the worst part about Twitter. Like people just come out with like one lines or something just to piss off people when you could actually like have discussions. That's why I like Twitter for, but not stuff like that. It's a joke.
It's ridiculous, man.
Not just Twitter too, but like you go on Terry's football terrace channel and the whole chat. Like I have to close it. Like it's just losing brain cells looking at it.
Exactly, not good. Should have been a penalty foul on Willock. Okay, Willock happened first, exactly. Guys, going to wrap it up there, and it's coming up to 8 o'clock. I'll be back tomorrow. And Tori, where can you find you on your channel, mate?
Yeah, so you can find me on the Twitter at TonyTooney31. Give me a follow, and I'll follow you back.
Thank you very much indeed. And Roy, I mean, did you enjoy coming on my show first? Did you enjoy coming on my show?
Well, yeah, man. I'm happy always to come on.
Big up. You got to come back again, mate. Where do you find you on your socials, mate?
Yeah, I'm always on Twitter as well.
John, I'll pin the comment. We could see our Twitter names on here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that is a brilliant idea.
I said Ryan.
I forgot to put mine on.
Roy doesn't have it, but
yeah. It's Roy anyway. It's Roy Caviani, so it's Roy /Caviani.
Brilliant. So you can also find him on Paul's fan forum on this channel as well. And Ryan, where can we find you, mate?
Right here. Just follow me on Twitter, and I'll follow you back most likely. Have some discussions if you want. I'm pretty active on there, so yeah.
Big up. Just got a few comments as well before we go. John, Premier League wants Big Six in the top 6, mate. It's a spent as FUCK. And take care to you, mate. Enjoy your show. And I need to unpause Alex. And cheers, great show. So on, take care to you as well, Jim. Thank you, man. Good night. Take care, everyone. Hit that like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new as well. And you can find us on John Sinclair TV. The links is in the description as well. Please hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. If you'd like to super chat us, then just give all the channels worth. If you'd like to become a member, thank you, Paul. If you could come in the latest member, thanks, mate. And just click on the join button, 99p. And tomorrow, I'll be back on the Premier League prediction show. Macy's going to join us and Tony as well. And I should be giving away a match ticket as well. But to be that, you have to become a member. Simple as that. So, guys, thanks for coming on. I'll go to you guys backstage, right, for 2 minutes before you go off. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, it is a goodbye for now. And enjoy your evening, wherever you decide to.
Goodbye.
See you.